Well, Opposition Leader Peter Dutton is pushing for a no vote at the upcoming referendum on a voice to Parliament. That's the position of the federal party members, or MPs at least, but not all Liberals are on the same page. Joining me live is former Liberal Minister and ACT Chief Minister Kate Carnell, who's heading up the Liberals for Yes campaign. Thanks for your time today. What do you make, first of all, of the Peter Dutton campaign, including a claim that the voice could divide the nation by race?
Hi, Tom. It's nice to see you again. Look, Tom, the Liberal Party is a broad church. It has been since the days of Menzies. There are people on both sides of the agenda, people who are more conservative than others. We come together in the middle with based upon good economic management and those sorts of issues. But it's about respect for different points of view here. But there is a large number of Liberals right around Australia that are supporting a yes approach. In fact, at state level, the state Liberal parties have all gone down the path of giving their members a free vote. And of course, that's the same for backbenchers in the federal Liberal Party as well. So there's a whole range of different views here. And what Liberals for Yes is doing is empowering Liberals to believe it's quite okay to vote yes, but also to ensure that there's the good information out there on what the referendum actually says and does.
So broad church, fine, that encompasses everyone that says yes and no. But what about the way part of the debate has been conducted? In particular, as I said, the dividing by race argument. Were you disappointed in any way by the way the argument's being framed by part of the no Liberal side?
Look, when parliamentary debates are happening, they have a tendency to, they by the nature get very political, and there's certain approaches that are taken in that space. We're now through the House of Representatives vote. The Senate vote will come up later this month. And by the end of June, what we will be focusing on as Liberals for Yes is moving the debate out into the community where it should be. This shouldn't be about politics. It should be about the community. It's about every Australian having a vote and making sure that the basis of that vote is based upon information about what the referendum actually says, what it actually does, and none of the spin that we see in social media and in other places.
Are you determined to sort of have a gloves-on campaign, particularly when it comes to, I guess, some of the questions you're getting today and at other times about fellow Liberals?
Look, not at all. I respect the views of other Liberals. I hope they respect mine and the group of people that I'm working with. But what I do know is the feedback we've had, even in the last 24 hours, has been extraordinary. Liberals from all around Australia are saying, yep, we're going to vote yes. And some of them are saying, we'll get really involved in the campaign. Others are saying, we're really happy to be out there, making it clear that we vote yes. Some people are saying, look, we just don't have enough information yet, and we will certainly be doing our best at a community level to ensure that information is available. Because, it is available. It's important to remember that the basis about how the voice works will be determined by Parliament. That's federal Parliament. We all elect those people. And so that's where the decision on the details of how the voice work will be determined.
So just on the sort of campaign, you talk about information there. The old adage is if someone doesn't understand something, they won't vote for it. I've been struck with a number of people say, so I get it broadly, but what is it really? How do you describe that to someone in either an advertising campaign or, 15 seconds when someone just asks you a quick question at a gathering? The simplest way to describe what you're supporting here.
The voice recognises Indigenous Australians through a voice to Parliament. That voice will be a consultative group which will be available to Parliament, to public servants and to the executive. That will deliver a capacity to consult early with Indigenous people who are affected by the policies we're talking about, which will deliver better policy outcomes, more practical approaches, and let's hope Indigenous policy that actually works for this country.
The interesting argument from Jacinta Price is she's got a few issues. She wants local voices rather than a national one, but parking that to one side is that don't put it in the Constitution. She wants Indigenous and First Australians to ultimately get similar or the same outcomes, so not have a gap, if you like. And if we put this in the Constitution, there'll always be a voice when it might not be needed. So wouldn't legislating have that same effect that you just spoke about there?
Look, the problem in the past of legislative voices or outcomes has been, you know, that they've been created and then they've been thrown out, and there's been swings and roundabouts based upon the politics of the time. What this will do is enshrine recognition of Indigenous Australians and a voice to Parliament in the Constitution.
So basically it'll have one even when the Parliament today doesn't want one. Is it sort of the uncomfortable truth that needs to be in the room?
I think it needs to be there. You know, the Indigenous Australians are Australia's first people. They've been here for 65,000 years, and I think they will always need or want a voice to Parliament. How that voice works, though, the details of it, is a matter for the Parliament of the day. So that can change over time depending on what Indigenous Australians want and need at the time. And I think that's a good balance between the two.
Got to leave it there. Kate Carnell, appreciate your time today.
Thanks very much.